The Little Mermaid, the mermaid's world. The story begins deep beneath the sea, where the Sea King rules a beautiful underwater kingdom. The Sea King has 6 daughters, each more beautiful than the last, but the youngest daughter is the most enchanting. She is described as having a complexion as delicate as a rose, eyes as blue as the deepest sea, and a voice more melodious than any other. The youngest mermaid is the most curious about the human world, which is visible only faintly from the ocean's surface. Her grandmother tells her about the world above, describing the sky, the ships, and humans. The grandmother also explains that while mermaids live much longer than humans, up to 300 years, they do not have an immortal soul. When mermaids die, they become sea foam and cease to exist, while humans have souls that live eternally. The Little Mermaid becomes obsessed with the human world, and her longing to experience life on land intensifies. When she turns 15, she is allowed to swim to the surface for the first time and witness the human world herself. She sees a handsome young prince celebrating his birthday on a ship. She immediately falls in love with him. A sudden storm wrecks the ship, and the Little Mermaid rescues the prince from drowning, bringing him to shore. She watches over him until a young woman from a nearby temple finds him. The prince, unaware of the mermaid's help, believes the girl from the temple saved him. The Little Mermaid returns to the sea, her heart aching with love for the prince and a desperate desire to have an immortal soul, so she can live with him forever. She visits the Sea Witch, a dark sorceress feared by all under the sea, to seek help. The Sea Witch agrees to help the Little Mermaid, but at a great cost. She offers a potion that will give the mermaid human legs, but taking it will be incredibly painful, like a sword slicing through her. Once she has legs, she will be able to dance beautifully, but every step she takes will feel like walking on sharp knives, and her feet will bleed constantly. Furthermore, if she drinks the potion, she will lose her voice, her most treasured possession. The Sea Witch also warns that if the prince marries someone else, the Little Mermaid will die the next morning, dissolving into sea foam without a soul. Despite the dangers, the Little Mermaid agrees, driven by her love for the prince and her yearning for an immortal soul. The Little Mermaid drinks the potion and transforms into a human, enduring the excruciating pain. The prince finds her and, charmed by her beauty and grace, takes her into his castle. Though he does not know she is the one who saved his life, the Little Mermaid becomes close to the prince. But her silent devotion is not enough. The prince is fond of her, but loves the girl from the temple, believing she is his true savior. The Little Mermaid suffers silently, enduring the constant pain in her feet, but remains hopeful that the prince will fall in love with her. Unfortunately, the prince's parents arrange for him to marry a princess from a neighboring kingdom. When the prince sees the princess, he is overjoyed, for she is the very girl from the temple who he believed saved him. The wedding is arranged, and the Little Mermaid's heart breaks. On the night of the wedding, the Little Mermaid knows her fate is sealed. Her sisters, having learned of her plight, visit her with a knife they obtained from the Sea Witch. They tell her that if she kills the prince with the knife and lets his blood fall on her feet, she will become a mermaid again and avoid the tragic fate of dissolving into sea foam. But the Little Mermaid cannot bring herself to kill the prince, even though it would save her life. At dawn, she throws herself into the sea, where her body dissolves into foam. However, instead of ceasing to exist, She feels herself rising into the air. The Little Mermaid becomes a daughter of the air, a spirit who, because of her selflessness, is given the chance to earn an immortal soul by doing good deeds for 300 years. Thank you for watching. The end. Subscribe, please, and like.